efforts to juggle life with 7 children by creating an abridged form of personal priesthood interviews with each of us. We can all recall many deep discussions and counsel received under the hood of a vehicle while holding a flashlight because we thought we were helping our dad, but now realize he was helping us. Therefore, therefore your children all got together and got you a flashlight to express our appreciation for the many childhood memories we all shared with you. There was one Saturday that I wasted helping Dad.
You guys help us singing it.
How do I know who's singing it?
Look at the flashlight.
Oh, it's Sandy. There was one Saturday that I wasted helping Dad overhaul an engine, learning all the names of the parts and how they worked. The next week I took a mandatory government test to find out if the U.S. government was interested in us joining their services. Guess what section I did better than most of the male students in that high school? I rated extremely high in auto mechanics. They even wanted me to join and gave me a very high rating as an auto mechanic. However, a week later, I had forgotten most of the names for those parts.
That's funny.
Susie's is the story is pending. She hasn't sent it
Yes,
yet.
pending.
Twyla's is I would often get distracted and not pay attention to where the light was shining. And this would sometimes prove detrimental to Dad. On one occasion, while he was changing the oil, he couldn't see how far the nut had come loose and he got a face full of oil. It was funny to see the car pee on Dad, but I held the laughter in since he wasn't too pleased with me at the moment. I think that's happened to me too, There's Twyla with him. And Steve says, I can remember Dad's roaming hand and how hard it was to keep up with it. As soon as I would get the light to focus on the right spot, he would quickly move again. It was challenging to keep up with Dad's fast hands. Rod says, I would hold that flashlight sometimes for so long it was hard not to doze off, only to be quickly awakened by Dad explaining to me I'm shining the light in the wrong place or in his eyes. I would then get distracted by a cool-looking bug or a different part on the engine that I had to get a better look at, only to be reminded again where the light was shining. And Brad says, I get so frustrated when I see all these new fancy flashlights nowadays that can bend around corners, attach to anything, and give off brilliant lighting. My first thought is always, dang, that would have come in so handy back in my day. I can remember falling asleep holding the flashlight and losing my focus on where the beam should shine, only to be waking by a firm hand pointing me back. Maybe that's why Dad always seems to get some sort of fancy flashlight for Christmas every year. That's true. Deb says, well, there were several nights where Dad would need help under the hood of any one of the several vehicles we had. He really gave parenthood another meaning. Giving us evening lectures on life, cars, and for me all the stories of my siblings informing me of all the places they lived, the mountains they climbed, the boyfriends my sisters brought home, etc. All the while the light usually strayed from its intended spot to some distant corner of the engine during Dad's lecture. One funny thing happens every Christmas time without fail though. One of the siblings buys Dad a gadget that can hold the light for him. Also, this gift could serve a dual purpose as we might decide to include a flashlight in your casket someday. It may prove helpful in finding your way back to Heavenly Father. Your kids do worry that you may struggle in finding your way there without any of us helping to hold a flashlight for you. Did you write that, Twyla?
Of course.
That's really good. Really, really, really good.
I didn't hear Dad laugh once.
He laughed.
He's sitting there laughing.
Okay.
There's a song that was written about my thoughts right now, Twyla.
Oh, yeah?
I stand all amazed.
Okay.